I decided that there was something a little bit more important than me writing my raps, listening to beats, and even doing my art at the moment. There is a person who I value highly in the local music production community. This person is astonishing in his art, and there is no one that can really compare to the genres and influences this person does with their music in these categories respectively. I'm referring to Dessi Prince. Now, Dessi Prince had somewhat of an intervention recently within himself when he posted a story on Instagram. And the story reminded me of, let me rewind you back to 2013 or 2012, 2011, when the community was really lush and it was vibrant. And you'd run into multiple people on multiple days and get multiple contacts, and you'd always be searching and developing and building and networking. And they had this thing called Philly Support Philly, hashtag PSP. So you see where all of this bonanza of the contemporary time is going. We all did it. We all put into it. We were all the contributors. Congratulations, Dessi Prince, associates, and the world at large. We've made places, businesses, venues, clubs, and promoters hundreds of thousands of dollars. How does this tie into the story, or at least why I decided to reflect on a period of time that was 6, 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago? The last eras before things really went digital. Well, I'm doing that because there used to be a thing where, let's say, there was a really hot artist, a hot MC, a hot producer, a hot model, or whatever, right? And then out of nowhere, on the the internet, the media social, they would say, "Yo, I went hard for 2 weeks straight. I did 9 shows. Where's the love? Y'all don't support me." So on and so forth, along those lines. So that was the gist of Dessi Prince's message, is that he wasn't getting the support that he deserves. Allow me to reference a rap DVD for a second. There was once a rapper on the rap DVD, them street underground popping DVDs. He said, "Yo, I'm like Da Vinci. You won't feel me till next century." In a sense that I'm so ahead of the curve, it's going to take the average people 100 years to realize what I was doing. Now you, Dessi Prince, are no different. They call the big fish of the small pond the consistent, hard-working producers and engineers that are just levels and levels and levels and levels above the peers. So once you're of a certain status, consciously and subconsciously, we expect our accolades, our accomplishments to be measured in the merit of the fruits that we value them in. I'm going to give you a reflection. The very first time I met you was at the Gorilla is Future show that I had hosted with B Maverick. And we're in the green room, and, they got the cases and everything, And you were just really excited to rap, and you were really good in this locker room setting to everyone. And, you got to do your performance, and that was slam fantastic, yo. And then I remember one time, my brother PLX had wanted me to meet him. And as he wanted me to meet him, I met with the good associate Dre the Joker of Joker Flicks. And you and Dot the Joker shot a super video. You shot this super video on the Wu-Tang beat. Y'all was, I don't so often really give too many MCs credit for taking someone else's beat and trying to, promote it in a single or a brand campaign fashion. But y'all bone crushed that shit from the ceiling, and y'all was everywhere on it. It is a fly ass song. So if you guys are out there listening and everything, make sure you ask Dessi Prince about the song he did with Dr. Joker over the ice cream beat. It was shot by Joker Flicks. It is completely phenomenal. There was some evolution also as well with YouTube. The great food and weed challenges. Those were some really brand expanding concepts. I admired them because it showed the evolution of a persona while still keeping the identity that is associated with you, such as that very colorful, artsy producer. Billy X had the producer showcase. A little backstory about that, right? So we're working in North Philly Peace Park, and probably about 60 days before the first producer showcase happened, we're just out there working on the farm, and he goes, yo, I want to have a showcase. He's like, you know how these rappers have their showcases? I want to have a showcase with all producers. I was like, wow. It was called the Producer Showcase. And you literally have to witness the fruition of how these events have evolved. I say this to say, you got some medals. You got some championships, man. You got some podium press conferences where people can come to you in admiration. And this is all reflecting back on the original point of, I get it. We're human. We're also imperfect, and we're, at least in my comparison, we're very generous-hearted people. And, with that comes a shakeup, a fuck that moment, a half-baked walking off the job in the metaphor, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you kind of moment. It's completely understandable. I want to see Dessi Prince say fuck who he knows. Not fuck him like fuck you, life over. Fuck you while I navigate the world. As all producers who are really going to be a cut above the rest will and shall do. The way Jalil Beats came from fucking Chester and is now super extravagant. The way Just Blaze gave great Philly artists tracks. In the sense that you gotta take your stuff to another city, to another exposure, to another lane, and you gotta outsource your material the same way a fucking corporate suit is gonna grab his briefcase and sign a contract in another continent that's gonna produce hundreds and thousands of units. Why is it over there? Because it's worth it. I'll give you a statistic, Mr. Dessi Prince, and that is the most successful people have to travel at least 25 miles away from their home or origin in order to branch and find the fruits. I'm with you on that. We are with you. We are with you in the sense of that encouragement, the way you went really commercial. You went really commercial on the Tribe African Apparel commercial. What's up, African? From Reds Derula, Dessi Prince dropping astronomy, black-divated futurism, space music in a space commercial. It was fantastic. Don't worry about the fucking crumbs of the people or whatever, you know? And I know that it was really based and calculated on an immediate circle. If you want, you know, my viewpoints or the viewpoints of my peers and how we could be there, yeah, just drop that John in my inbox. You know, get me a tag. They also, I found it funny, before I started this podcast, how I looked up how to make it as a rap music producer. Just to make sure you got these checklists down. They say, study music and music history. Be able to produce all genres. Study the music theory. That list sounds simple enough, eh? Alright. I'm going to add to that. Don't be afraid to give people a job with your brand, because giving and entrusting people to social currency, hard currency, or financial currency puts them in a position to provide connections and a launch pad for you to catapult even the most valuable and intrinsic parts of your worth that you hold dear. We need people to deal with our exponential growth. And that's the way we build a groundswell, an organic, manufactured working of the said ideas. We're going to deal with station identification here on the Ascani Shop 2020. Ascani season has returned. It's season 2. We rocking with Dave's Devil Powder because it's that sauce. It's that thing. It's that powder that got that hot flame. It be shaking. It's smaller than hot sauce. It really gives you a kick. Double W, www, double them W's, www.davesdevilpowder.com. That's www.davesdevilpowder.com. This podcast has been my Dessi Prince reaction on him not getting enough love or support from his immediate people. If you smoke a blunt with the guy, if you've given him a text message, if you've been on FaceTime with him, ask him for the beats. If you can't rap, I know you know a rapper. It is Philadelphia. There are 1 million people and 800,000 of them are rappers. Someone wants to buy something. There's always a market for everything. Help a brother out. Help us shop. It's iron. Look for me July 17th at the Black Market. It's going to have vendors and black businesses. 22nd and Jefferson. 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm going to be out there with my woadies. And while we closing out, make sure you get some of them flaming Dessi Prince tracks.